Hello, everyone, all of you wonderful VIPs. All right, I am going to be doing our first training for April. And don't mind me, I am going to be reading from my laptop because I have lots of good information to share as always, and I don't want to leave anything out. So, welcome to our first training for April. I'm so glad that you are here, that you are watching this recording, because I love bringing this information to you. I believe that these calls are so important, and it's something I'm committed to doing with you all a couple times a month. They give us time to connect, but I also know that some of you are auditory learners like me. So hopefully these calls will help solidify some of the messaging shared in our daily small group. As you know, April is all about glute strength. Now we're going to talk about glutes all month, for sure. And of course, that information will be sprinkled in throughout. But you know me, I love to educate you on topics you're interested in or struggling with. So you can expect some really great information coming in our small group this month. And I encourage you to show up there. Showing up there every day for accountability doesn't harm you in any way. In fact, it can only help you along your journey. There's a reason you asked me to coach you, educate you, and hold you accountable. So don't forget about why you reached out in the first place. I really want this group to be a place that we can come together, that we can hold each other accountable, whether that means that you just show up every day and you say, hey, I'm here, I got my workout in, or you share a snapshot of your macros. This is what this group is for. This is what you have me as your coach for. So please take advantage of it, enjoy it, be a part of the community. And if that means that you have to set an alarm on your phone to remind you to check into the group for 2 minutes a day, do it, because the information is valuable. We've really stepped it up this year with more educational content. And so I just want you to get the most out of it because that's why you're here. And so anyway, just a little sidebar there. All right, so today we're going to touch on what's coming up over the next couple of weeks in our small group. Halfway through the month, we'll have another call where we will focus on what's happening the last half of the month. So of course, you already know we're going to be talking about the importance of glute strength throughout the month. And that leads me into what we're going to be discussing this week, which is glute activation. And you guys, if you have not done any of those bonus booty circuits, oh my goodness. They are burners and I love it. And I hope that you guys are too. I know I've heard from some of you already that you're loving it. The reason I want to talk about glute activation first and foremost is that you can't effectively target your glutes if you don't have your glute muscles activated and ready to work. Who knew? The simplest way to explain this is the following. When you're having a hard time feeling glute intended moves in your glutes, this probably means your glutes aren't fired up or activated because a lot of us sit a lot at work, at home, whatever it might be. Our glutes start suffering from gluteal amnesia and basically get sleepy, which isn't that hysterical, but it's true. I've been studying this some lately and found that when you sit a lot or don't use your glute muscles much, your brain literally forgets how to use those muscles. So if you're doing squats, thrust, or banded kickbacks and you can't feel your glutes burning and instead feel more heavily in other muscles, you either aren't using the correct form, which is so important. Another reason to be really paying attention to our trainers. They are always talking about proper form and demonstrating it. Or most likely your brain has forgotten how to signal your glutes to work. The good news is that not only are we going to discuss the importance of glute activation, but I'm also going to give you some tips to overcome glute amnesia. Still, I think it's hysterical, but it's true. We have a lot of glute work coming up this month, and I don't want all of your work to be in vain. I want you to learn how to rebuild that connection between your brain and your glutes so you can gain the most out of your work this month. After we work on activating our glutes this week, we're moving into a topic I'm really excited about. It's no secret that most people struggle with the nutritional side of things when it comes to the overall journey. I have many people who say I work out, but I have a hard time with my nutrition. If I had $1 for every time someone said that to me, I would be a rich woman because people say to me all the time, or I start the week off great. And then by Wednesday, Thursday, all hell breaks loose and I've lost control. So we're going to talk about this week. So often in the social media world, I'll see messaging that encourage you to just get your mind right. While I do believe mindset is a huge piece of the puzzle, the fact is that hunger and or cravings aren't just mental. They're both psychological and physiological. This means that there are also a lot of things going on within your body, not just your brain, when it comes to hunger and cravings. Have you ever questioned your mental strength when you have moves and we have moments of caving in or binging? Do you often feel like a failure when this happens? What I'm going to teach you is that you're not a failure and your struggles aren't necessarily because you don't have a strong mindset. You have to understand what's also going on in your body and how recognizing and addressing what's going on in your body can help you build your mindset. I think once you realize what causes the binging and the spiraling and how it's both psychological and physiological, it's all going to start making a lot more sense to you and give you the mental freedom you've been searching for. It is a very interesting topic, and I can't wait for what's coming up for the rest of the month in our small group. Again, I encourage you to show up for yourself in our private group this month. You have to sacrifice something, whether it be your time, your desire to be comfortable, etc. You have to be willing to sacrifice something if you want something greater in return. Show up, consume the education I share every day, engage. Each step matters. So our next live will be next week. And again, we'll go over what's going to be coming up the next half of the month. So don't forget about those bonus booty circuits that are happening on Mondays after HIIT and Thursdays after total body. After upper body on Thursdays. Also, we have our step challenge going on. So hopefully most of you have joined our Walking Warriors. And it's just a great opportunity to get those steps in. I know it's causing me to be a lot more mindful about making sure I'm getting my steps in, definitely doing some work while walking on my treadmill. If you don't have a treadmill, maybe you have a walking pad. If not, again, walk around your home, run up and down the stairs. Maybe you do a quick walk around the block. If you're working in an office, can you go up and down the halls a few times? Can you maybe take the stairs instead of the elevator, park further away in the parking lot, or do a lap around the parking lot during your lunch break? All of these little efforts, these little kind of snack breaks, walk breaks, they really add up. And you will be surprised how many steps you can get in by doing this frequently throughout the day as best you can. So hope you're getting your steps in. You're getting those bonus booty circuits in. Please continue to show up in our small group. I love it when we have a lot of you showing up, commenting, encouraging, sharing your workouts that you got done, sharing your macros. It all matters. It all adds up. So keep showing up every day. This group is for you, and I want you to get everything out of it that you want. So hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll be back with another training next week.